Hey guys, I thought I'd take the opportunity on my very last day of university classes to explain a bit about my thesis in the only way that I know how, and that is using beer as a prop. You'll notice that is a cider, that is not mine. I want to put that out there. Anyway, so my thesis is involved in investigating how emerging load types like battery storage, electric vehicles, and solar PV will impact transmission delivered demand. So when I say transmission delivered demand, we're talking about the high voltage transmission lines that you see around Brisbane. So just like a road network needs to be built to tolerate maximum demand, so too does the transmission network. And so typically we see peak demand occurring in that early evening period, about 6 PM, when most workers come home from work, turn on the TV, turn on the washing machine, and we get a peak demand event occurring at that point in time. There is potential when electric vehicles and battery storage reach market penetration that this will even further exacerbate that peak demand. And so what Powerlink are interested in, and Powerlink are the operator of Queensland's high voltage network, is will these loads require them to build more network to tolerate that added demand? So consider this. You've got a battery at home, you've just installed a Tesla Powerwall. The sun's shining, so you're adding power into your battery, your Tesla Powerwall's getting nice and full, near beauty, awesome. During the day you're at work, that's all happening. Then you get home, this is your electric vehicle. You park your electric vehicle in, you plug him in, battery's discharging into your electric vehicle, awesome. What happens when the battery's full? Let's pretend that's empty now. This power is now coming from the grid, which means it's coming from our power plants out in Western Queensland, across the transmission network into the vehicle. If electric vehicles do reach market penetration, then it's quite possible that could mean we're going to reach the capacity of the network. And so the transformers, the transmission lines, they're all reaching capacity. Therefore, Powerlink needs to upgrade the network to meet that demand. Something else that can happen, you may have heard of audio frequency load control, which is a concept where Energex can inject a high frequency signal onto the distribution network at their distribution substations and control loads. So it happens with hot water systems, with air conditioning, fuel pumps, and so they can actuate these loads so that they're during when demand is low, they can operate those loads so that they're not contributing to the peak demand. And the same thing can happen with electric vehicles and batteries. So say for instance we're reaching that peak demand period, 6 PM, instead of adding capacity to the fixed assets, Powerlink can say, okay, I want all the batteries in the network to discharge, and therefore we're offsetting the generation that would come from the distribution or the transmission network otherwise. So that's what essentially my thesis has been looking into. Is this a viable alternative to adding capacity via fixed assets? Yeah, that's about it. Cheers.